In Vietnam, young people are learning about the Vietnam War as a kind of living history from those who were directly involved. Throughout the 1960s and early 70s, the South Vietnamese government captured Viet Cong guerrillas and arrested what it claimed were communist sympathizers. 4 decades later, a museum in Ho Chi Minh City brought together some of those former prisoners to talk to young people about their experiences by recalling the food eaten behind prison bars.
"40 years later, Mrs. Nguyen Thi Gam has had another chance to once again taste the food she and her comrades used to eat during their days in Con Dap prison. One may be surprised when listening to the names of food Mrs. Dien recalls. They may sound like delicate dishes, but these meals simply consisted of banana peel, peanuts, rye, and some plain seasoning.
We called our food beautiful names such as dragon egg, crispy noodle. That's to encourage our spirit during those days in prison. Those days are so hard, it's difficult to describe how the days were. We needed optimism to pass through that period.
The exhibition had a space for former soldiers and political prisoners to cook dishes that they prepared during the Resistance War. The main ingredients for these dishes were dried fish, sweet potatoes, and cassava. Visitors to the exhibition can sample the dishes while listening to stories from the past.
I'm trying baked sweet potatoes and cassava. It's okay. I really appreciate the braveness of the older generation. They lived and fought so bravely despite difficulties. The life in that period was so hard. People suffered from a lack of basic conditions. Through the exhibition, we want to highlight the huge efforts made by Vietnamese people during the Resistance War. One thing you can see is their creativity.
To many who visit the exhibition, food is more than just food. Instead, it tells emotional stories of comradeship, memories of unforgettable days. These stories and memories are now being shared among the generations to help explain how Vietnam won the war by unexplainable difficulties.
The museum used to be called the War Crimes Museum. Today, it symbolizes a call for peace and the hope that history will not repeat itself.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.